of the program that we have been doing at our institution since 2001. Actually, it's the program Project Learning for Young Adults has been implemented on national level. And I started to work at our institution at Maribor Adult Education Center as a mentor in this program. So I'm really happy to talk to you about it. Let's start. There are some basic facts about the program that I would like you to tell about before I go into details. It is a non-formal educational program that has been developed by the Slovenian Institute of Adult Education. So this institute is an umbrella institution of all adult education centers in Slovenia. They used some good practice examples from the Scandinavian countries to develop this program. For example, second chance schools. I'm not sure in what detail are you familiar with these programs, because they realized that a lot of young people are leaving school early and they are left out. They are not in schools. They are not working. They don't have any formal or recognized status. They don't even have a doctor, like a personal family doctor. And in order to prevent them to completely drop out, they saw a great use in a program like this, to invite them to the program and to support them in participating in it. So the aim of the program is support for young needs, people that are not in education, employment, or training. The age limit is from 15 to 29. So 15, if you are not in a regular school, regular educational program, you are considered a young adult and can enter a labor market. So this is the reason for this age limit, and the upper age limit for participation is 29 years. At the moment, and for some years, the program has been supported by European Union and our Ministry of Social Affairs. That means that the program is free of charge for participants. They don't need to pay to participate in. It used to belong under the Ministry of Education, but things changed. Some adaptations were necessary. So that's why at the moment we receive this kind of financial support for it. Okay, so what are the main PUMO objectives? It is obligatory for 3 mentors to work with these young people included in the PUMO program. They are a sort of a support. They provide guidance. They provide a listening ear. They provide some instructions for young people who attend. And they also need to undergo a special basic training to work in this program. So it's not enough to be a formal teacher, to be an educated teacher. You still need this additional training to be able to mentor young people. So the 3 main fields of working with them is employment. That means the support on the way to the labor market to help them define or redefine their plans for future career. Also education, because some left school too early. Perhaps they would like to finish it and they need support. Perhaps they would like to completely change the educational path that they selected first. And also the 3rd objective, which is, I believe, even more important, most important, at least in the beginning, to support them in their personal development, on their way to develop soft skills, to find themselves, to realize who they really are, what they really want, and to provide them some stability. Because this, if you remember Krista's presentation, she talked about what is the ecosystem that young people need in order to fully participate, to be included. And from my experience, the needs suffered from a glitch in this ecosystem. Either there was a poor economical situation at home, unsuitable family conditions, some really bad experiences in school, bullying, or maybe even in some let's say invisible barriers, because our needs are in a difficult situation. They don't face visible challenges. They don't need wheelchairs or hearing aids or I don't know, dog for blind people. They suffer from invisible barriers, and we try to support them in overcoming them. Okay, so what is really interesting is that PUM-O participants, in order to become a part of the PUM-O program, they need to register at Employment Services first, and there they sign the contract. And in the contract contains their responsibilities. So that means to participate on a regular basis every day from Monday to Friday in the duration of 10 months. So this is the duration of the contract. But on the other hand, they get some financial reimbursement for travel costs, because some travel from far, and usually they do not possess enough funds to cover these expenses themselves. And they also receive activity allowance, which is also really nice. So that means that they get some money from every hour that they participate. It is possible to, after 10 months, if the mentors and the guidance practitioners at the employment service see that it may be useful for the person to continue, it is possible to prolong the contract. But sometimes, even before the 10 months are over, our participants return back to school or start working, for example. So when they finish, after 10 months, they receive a certificate, and where all projects where they were active in are listed and their competences. So, yes. Now you are probably very interested, I hope you are very interested about how this looks in practice. So project work is the main method. Experiential learning, where they learn through actual activities that they do. So they decide on the project that they want to work on, and then they plan for the project. They share the roles, they plan the costs, they share responsibilities, they make the timeline, etc. So this is really hands-on learning. But that doesn't mean that they are not considered as individuals. Also, their individual strengths or lack of them are considered when they each look for their own role in the project that they are working. Through all this process, they learn about empathy. They learn how to function in a group. They not only in the closest group of participants, because they are networking with other institutions and other people. They relearn again about trusting the community, trusting the mentors, trusting their peers. And what is the most important, we provide them with a safe environment when they come to our institution. So next to the project work that they all collaborate in, we also focus on their individualized learning plans to see where there are maybe some of them only a couple of exams are missing for them to finish their secondary level education, for example, or maybe they need a mediator to talk to the school counselor because they are afraid to talk to them due to some previous bad experiences, for example. And as I already mentioned, they have an active role in designing a schedule of activities. So the PUMO curriculum is only a framework of what should be done. But every Monday morning, they plan what they want to do during the week. And mentor are usually moderators, and they try to encourage as much as possible for young people to moderate and create and facilitate the activities during the week. Okay, so to illustrate a little bit, this is one of the most successful projects that we worked on. We are very happy, although we are located in the center of the city, that we also have a small garden area. So here participants, they tend to the garden, they buy the seeds, they choose for the plants, they learn about the plants, but they also learn about what they can do. So they create maybe some ointments, creams, or teas, or anything that you can think of from the plants that they take care of on their own. And then they try to also to share the results of their work and disseminate their work in the local community. Okay, so I previously also mentioned that it's not only about project work, it's also about participating in as many interest-based activities as possible, from the field of sports, arts and crafts, personal growth workshops. They have the possibility to learn and study for the missing exams in school. In their schools, the mentors are available for them for talking to one-on-one for when they want to discuss some confidential issues. And anyway, we try to be very flexible, and we plan the activities also to the needs of the group, or the feelings of the group on current day. And all this we do with the aim to increase their competencies and their skills, so that after 10 months they feel empowered to enter either the labor market or to go back to school. So I think my 10 minutes are up. Here I provided some links where our program is described in detail in English language, because I'm very proud to say that it has been recognized as one of best practice examples also on European level. So I think you will be able to reach these links after today's event. Yeah, so thank you. That's it. Okay, I will stop sharing now.
Thank you, Helena, for this very practical experience. And I just would like to say that we will share these presentations with our guests, so you can see this link again in your email box.
Yes, so, I hope I illustrated what we do as much as possible, but we always, if there is a possibility, we do like to invite people to visit the program and then see for themselves what they do. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if there is any question regarding Helena's presentation. If you would like to ask even in the chat, or just raise your hands.
Yeah. Also, I think you will provide also our contact details, I think, Veronica, at the end. So maybe some people feel to reach out individually. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see the question from how many people went through the program already. Thank you, Sophia, for asking this, because I forgot to mention the size of the group. So one group, the minimum of participants is 15 and the maximum 24. So somewhere in between is the optimal, so that we can really focus on the individuals. And now I'm a bit embarrassed, because I'm not sure about the exact number, but let's say we've been implementing the program for more than 20 years. So at least and there are more than, because people change during the year, also new participants come, so that the number of the group can increase or decrease. I think that it's safe to say at least 500 people. But because I no longer work in the program, there are other mentors now. I can also reach for them to ask for the numbers. But also there are, across the entire Slovenia, there are 13 PUMO centers. So that on the national level, the number is much higher.
There is one more question, and please just answer it very quickly. Shorter, just to keep the time.
How did PUMO go about dispelling stereotypes that young adult? So young misperception about young adult workers or participants. So Yuria, could you please explain your question in a little more detail? You can also do it speaking, not only writing. Yeah. But there were a lot of stereotypes at the beginning about young people who are NEETs, because they were considered dropouts. They were considered losers in the eyes of the society, and it needed a lot of work to change this perspective and also empower them to feel differently about themselves. And these projects that are, especially when we select the projects that are beneficial to the community, this is a great way to promote yourself, to show to the community what you can do, even if you are not in a formal school. Yeah.
One more question.
Yeah.
It's pretty long.
Okay, yes, this is the question about illiteracy. In the later years, we do experience that also young people from abroad come to Slovenia, also from more countries. That means some don't speak the language, some have literacy programs. So we work on this individually first. But also, what we try to do is, because we also, Maribor Adult Education Center also implements primary school for adults, and we have special literacy programs. So first, we encourage them to go to this primary school for literacy courses, and they still have the possibility to join PUMO later on. Okay. So what stereotypes were? Stereotypes about, stereotypes, okay, young people that are not in school. What is the most common stereotype? You can all deduce that they are lazy, that they are not intellectually equipped enough, that they are not motivated, that they do not want to work, that they just want to stay at home, play video games, etc. They don't see and understand the issue, that there is some very important reason behind why they are in a situation like this.